Sophia Lemon and I photograph ridiculously happy people, and in this video I am going to show you how to design and order an album from your online photo gallery. So I include albums with all of my wedding packages, and albums are also great if you just cannot choose the photos that you want to have printed and displayed because there's too many that you love. So let's get started. All right, so you're going to have a link in your email from your gallery, which will just directly open up your gallery, or you can go to galleries.sophialemon.com, and we're going to go to Brianna and Brandon's proposal gallery. All right, so again, I am showing you how to do this from your computer. You can do this from your phone or from your tablet, but it's a lot easier from your computer. So if you are trying to design an album from your phone and you're having some trouble, just hop on over to a computer and we can design it from there. So we're going to go into your shop, and there's lots of print options here. But what we're going to look at today is the lay flat album. So you can start with a pre-designed album. It'll pop up here asking if you want the gallery to automatically create an album for you, or if you want to start from fresh. Just for this example, we're going to start with the pre-designed album, and I actually recommend this to most people because it's a great way to get you started with an album. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to choose the size of your album. So you can choose 6x6, 8x8, 10x10, and 12x12. We're going to start with an 8x8. And then next we're going to choose our cover option. So we have linen, we have leather, and we have leather-like, which is a vegan alternative to your leather cover option. Personally, I'm a big fan of the fabric type covers, so I'm going to choose linen. And then we're going to start editing our album. So to edit each set of 2 pages, we're going to click on a spread. So this, you can see it shows 2 boxes with photos in it. These are 2 pages, also referred to as a spread. So when you're editing 2 pages at a time, you're getting a full view of each 2 pages in your book. Okay, so from the top, we can choose a design for the page. The white shows the white space, the black is photos. There's a few options along the top here. Or we can click on these 3 boxes to show us all of the options for our spreads. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we can see that we can add a lot of photos to a spread. So if you have a lot of photos that you'd like to add to your album, you can scroll all the way down there and add those. As you can see, there's a ton of options for layouts. You can even choose just 1 photo for a page. So one thing that is important to know about your lay flat album, as you can see, this photo is 2 pages. Your lay flat album does not have a seam down the middle, so you don't have to worry too much if Brandon's face here is right in the middle of the spread, because his face is going to look perfectly fine once it is printed. But I'm going to switch back to one of these options here. All right. So to add a photo to your spread, as you can see, there's a space here where we can add a photo. To add a photo to your spread, you just click on the carousel below, the photo with the carousel that you'd like to add, and you drag it to the spot that you'd like to add it to. Now, if it's not positioned perfectly for you, that is totally fine. We just click this little crop button in the top left corner, and we can move the photo. We can resize the photo. And once we're happy with it, we hit OK. Now we can hit next to go to the next set of 2 pages. We can hit previous to go back to the last set of 2 pages, or we can click done so that we can view all of the pages in our album. Now, if you want to move photos around quickly, we can click this Arrange Photos button, and it will show us the photos for each 2-page spread, and we can just click and move them. And when we hit done, it will automatically move the photos around for us. You'll want to go back into each spread and update the design. So as you can see here, the photo's not cropped properly, or at least a little bit awkwardly. We can just fix it. And every once in a while, this box is going to pop up and ask you to save your design. It's really important that you log in using your own email address, and then you're going to create a password for yourself. You can also log in with Facebook and you can log in with Google, but it's important that you use an account and an email address that you have access to so that if you forget your password in the future, you can use the forgot password option so that you can get back into your design later on. I'm going to click Remind Me Later because I don't have to worry about this, but make sure that you have logged in with your own email address and a password that you remember. All right, now if you've been marking your photos as favorites, let's go into this spread. If you've been marking your photos as favorites and you're having trouble choosing photos or finding them from this carousel at the bottom, you can go into your favorites, which will show you just the photos that you have favorited, which makes things a lot easier. You'll also see different options between highlights and my favorites, or you can choose the different scenes from your session so that it's easier to navigate around your gallery and find the photos that you were looking for. Now we can also change our cover. So I'm not a big fan of the pink cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this More button at the top, and I'm going to see all of the linen cover options. I am a big fan of any of the vintage covers, so I'm going to choose this Oats Vintage Linen. You can also see lots of other options in terms of coloring and different types of fabrics. And I'll be able to get a bit of an idea of what that fabric will look like on my album. Now I can also add some text to my album. So for Brianna and Brandon, I'm going to add our proposal. I can also add their proposal date, August 8th, 2023. Now, in case you haven't noticed, it's really hard to read this option on this cover, so I can change it to gold. I'm going to change it back to silver, and I'm going to choose a different cover, which might be easier to read. Check that out. That looks awesome, doesn't it? So this text will be embossed, and the silver or gold lettering will be set into that embossed text on your album, and it'll look super awesome. So when you're ready, you can click Add to Cart, which will add your album to your cart, or you can save it for later. And again, if you are saving your album for later because you want to work on it some more when you have a little bit more time, it's really important that you have logged in with your own email address and that you have set a password. If you do not set your password and you don't save this to your account, then it will be lost forever. So please make sure that you add this to your account, log in with your own email address, and use a password that you can remember. If for whatever reason you forget your password, you can use the forgot password option when you are logging in to reset your password. And that is how you design and order an album from your online gallery. If you have any questions, let me know and I will help you out. I'm Sophia Lemon and I photograph ridiculously happy people.